Good evening. Welcome to another episode of the Power Hour. I'm Steve, along with the urban sensation C Red, and we've got a lot to get through tonight. And we're going to start with the mastermind, as it were, who's keeping his identity a little bit secret, a little bit quiet. Brandon is here from Chicago Elite Pro Wrestling, a brand new promotion with their debut event in March. How you doing, sir?
I'm pretty good. How are you?
We're doing good. We're doing good. So here we are in 2025, and you just woke up one morning and said, "Hey, I want to start a promotion. Let's do this." Is that how it happened, or have you been looking to do this for a long time? What's the 411 on your grand impressions?
Well, I've been interested in doing this for a while. I've done some I featured I was one of the presenters for the fourth rope event in Chicago. So after that, I was just like, you know what, let's really take it full-fledged and really expand on the idea that you got.
So how did it come to Chicago Elite Pro Wrestling? I mean, there is an absolute crap ton of promotions coming out of Chicago. Why that name? Why now? What's the motivation?
The motivation is, I've been on the indie scene scouting for a while, but I just wanted a home where all Chicago promotions can come and we can showcase Chicago Elite no matter what promotion you're a part of.
So you are, you're kind of the opinion and you're of the motivation that you're all for, community in wrestling. You want to be part of the community. You want people to come from far and wide to participate, like a big family that Chicago wrestling has become.
Correct. Because like Chicago is a hub. So with Chicago Elite, we want to expose the Chicago Elite, but also expose the Midwest Elite to the Chicago market as well.
Hey, those are all great reason. And of course, joining us now is our roller derby rock star, Cactus Rack. Hello, Cactus.
Hey girl, hey.
All
Hey
right,
girl,
so
hey.
we
How
are
are
here with
you?
How are you?
I'm pretty good.
So when you're sitting there at your computer, at your desk, wherever you are coming up with this formula, how did you go about choosing athletes to represent you in your inaugural run?
Some of them are people that I've been scouting on the Chicago scene. Some of them are people I've been scouting on the Midwest scene. I kind of been working on this setup and roster for a while, just trying to find the right pieces to debut. So, it's just been a couple months of just work and studying people and thinking who would be a great fit for the brand and what we're trying to do with Chicago Elite Pro Wrestling.
I mean, you really run the gamut with these with the talent on the flyer for the March 22nd event.
Yeah.
James Brady, that I found that to be a very interesting choice. I also worked with James once upon a time at a promotion called GPW. He's not someone that's been from around here. Maybe he's here now. How did you come across James?
I came across James. I was down in like Southern Illinois. I was at what is that? Epic Pro Wrestling. And I seen James and I was like, yo, I love his energy. I want to help bring him to Chicago and see what he can do on our platform against a lot of the Chicago elite.
He is an incredibly gifted performer. I look forward to seeing what he can do. And then you got a lot of familiar faces. You've got one of the best female workers, in Chicago right now in the Mexican Barbie, Lulu Lorena. Tell me
Yes.
how did you come across Lulu? What made you pick her out of all?
Just watching Lulu. I got a chance to see Lulu at a couple Wrestle League events, and I was impressed that she was a nice young face. And that was somebody that I felt that would be a perfect fit because that her character we can build on at Chicago Elite.
Yeah, she is certainly tearing it up at Wrestle League. She has been the female champion for the women's champion for a great long time. She is phenomenal talent. Cactus, you love Lulu.
I do love Lulu. Sorry, I
There,
had to
there
unmute
you are.
myself.
I
I
put you on
do
the
love
spot again.
Lulu.
That's on me.
We worked with her at Rogue Wrestling over the summer. She was fire.
Yeah, she's a definitely tremendous talent. I can't wait for you guys to see the vignette that we got coming soon with Lulu and the one that we also got coming with Alexis Littlefoot.
That is going to be a stellar matchup. I also am seeing Red's old buddy. Is that Stampede Larkin on this flyer?
Yes, sir. He's making his Chicago debut. You know we have
Red,
to
you
have
know
a
all about
Chicago native.
Stampede. Red, you know all about Stampede.
Of course I do.
Yeah, we have
Proud
to have a
member of the
Chicago
ARC.
native. You gotta
So
have a Chicago native. I don't normally see him on a lot of Chicago events, so that was a must for us.
once upon a time, that was the man with the concrete fist. That's right, Red. He's part of your ARC. I mean, does that mean C Red is going to find his way to Chicago Elite?
Hey,
Remember, I'm on sabbatical.
Oh, that's right. You're on sabbatical. Can wipe your ass with sabbatical. But that's now I got a couple of there are a couple of questionable acquisitions here. I've talked about the ones that I really like. You got a
okay.
couple of ones here that are a little, I'm like, I don't know about all this. Chris Miller and I go way back. I have been in the ring. I've had my ass kicked by Chris Miller. I have kicked Chris Miller's ass. What made you want Chris Miller and Christine to show up at CEPW?
Just because I love Chris Miller attitude, he's just the badass.
Our favorite chant at CSW is Chris Miller sucks.
Chris Miller.
It happens without fail every promotion. And he, especially since he's been tussling with Lily La Pescadita, he is not the most popular man in the world. How do you control someone that says he can't be controlled?
Everything can be controlled. You just got to know how to do it and do it in moderation.
Oh, I like that. That's a good answer. Solid. And then now I'm questioning your sanity because not only do
I already know where you're going.
Not only do I see the Golden Lion, Lennox Leone, but you had to bring in Levi, the bane of my existence. Why Levi of all people?
Levi has a very unique personality. And with him, with Leon, I felt like that was needed. With Leon going versus the younger Aries Creed.
I mean, I love the different types of performers you have. I think it's really cool the different flavors and samples of all. I mean, there are some lucha performers. I mean, you've got a nice mix. Of the people that you have booked and the people that you've brought to your promotion, who are you most excited to see flourish?
Like you say, Stampede Larkin, of course Lulu. We just announced who we just announced today? Belmont.
Amina Belmont?
Amina Belmont. We just announced her today.
She just won the CSW Women's Champion on Friday.
Of course, I pay attention.
Very, very nicely done. As general manager of CSW, that's an excellent choice. I don't like her, but I certainly endorse her as a talent.
Yeah, she's definitely a good talent. So we just announced her today. I'm interested in that story. I'm interested in also James Brady as well. Alexis Littlefoot as well. I work with her over at Fourth Rope, so that was an interesting pick for us. But I'm really interested in everybody that we picked on this first show to see how they develop in the storyline for Upper Echelon 2, 3, and 4.
Okay, so you're thinking long game here. So you've got Upper Echelon Volume 1, and you plan to now. Are you going to run monthly, bi-monthly, quarterly? What's your plan as far as when this is going to happen?
Right now, we're thinking monthly. We're going to run monthly. By Upper Echelon 3 or 4, we will be bringing in all the titles. So we'll have all the title matches come Echelon 3.
Okay, so there's a very specific plan here. And what kind of titles I mean, obviously there'll be a CEPW World Heavyweight Champion. What a tag team champions, probably a women's championship. Are there
a women's champion, and then we have our Pinnacle of Power champion is basically like our Intercontinental Championship.
So you're going to have four sets of titles all together. The typical ones you see, to be defended, at any time. Are you going to let these titles travel to other promotions?
Yeah, because that's one thing that I'm big about. Like, if you have a title in any promotion, I'm with you bringing it to Chicago Elite because, like I say, we open to all platforms. We're not just we not a stingy promotion that says no, if it's not ours, you can't wear it. Like we're really open, and we're gonna let our talent be able to travel with our belts as well to represent the brand and help put the brand out further.
That's a very, very sound way to look at it. I see behind you in the background is the new graphic, the new symbol for Chicago Elite Pro Wrestling. I see you went with the orange red one. You put that online today, so if everybody got to put in their opinion. Was that the general consensus of the one you think you want to use? Because it really is stylish.
Yeah, we were definitely in between this one and the blue one just because it's bold. It will look great on merch, and we're just looking for as far as the long run is branding like we love. We also always going to keep the regular symbol, but we just think as far as merch wise and branding wise, how to further the look of the company.
Well, whenever you put the most recognizable skyline on the planet in the graphic, it's certainly going to be a hot seller, no doubt about that. So it says that you're running in Menard on Menard Street in Chicago. What venue? Why did you choose there? Why did you choose the venue you're working at?
I chose Magoo's just because of the history, the culture of Magoo's. Um, Always the graffiti. I like the gritty feel of it. It give us like the concrete feel. You know, for Upper Echelon one, I wanted like maybe that gritty road to riches type of feel. So like it was great for the first installment.
Now, C Red being our most experienced panel member because he's been in pro wrestling for a long, long time, and nobody really knows more about it than he does. Red, what are your thoughts on a new promotion in 2025 as far as what he's bringing to the table and what Brandon has said so far?
Outside of Levi, you know, I mean, man, you could have picked. And I ain't gonna say how it came out. Then maybe I don't know. You know. Anyway, you got some stiff competition here in Chicago.
Definitely.
But I definitely like your enthusiasm and your mind frame, the way that you have everything plotted out. Um, I ain't gonna lie, wrestling on the South Side, that's unique, totally. Um, Only a few companies have ran on the South Side. Um, Only because I know it's difficult. Also, being a promoter at one time, having to find venues, and venues are totally different from when I was looking at venues. Um, I'm excited again to see uh, what you bring to the table as far as the Chicago independent pro scene. Um, but I do wish you all the success again because I already know from jump it's a hard uh, crack, a hard nut to crack. So I wish no ill will. I want everybody to succeed because I believe Chicago is big enough for everybody. So, but so far, you're on my radar, as I should say. So,
That's pretty much all we want to do is get on people's radar and let them know that you know what I'm saying it's a new wave. Chicago Elite Pro Wrestling is here, and you know we here. That's all I can say. Like I'm happy to be at this state where I can do this and push forward with this because, like I said, there's been something that I've been wanting to do for a while. So it was just finally time to just move forward and push forward to do what I wanted to do.
Passion projects are always are cool to watch develop because when you're doing it from a place of good heart and good mind, they tend to go better than those that come from a place of not so good. I have always found. I think
Oh,
Cactus is unique in this because she has been in contact and physical sports in one way or another for quite a while now. Former wrestler, roller derby superstar. She has seen promotions come, go. She has been a part of many things. Cactus, what are your thoughts on what you have heard thus far from the promoter of a brand new promotion coming in March of 2025?
I mean, I'm looking forward to it. I don't think there's such a thing as too much professional wrestling, especially in Chicago. Um, I've seen quite a few names that I always enjoy seeing. So it looks like there's going to be a good roster and that there's a lot of thought put into who's going to be on the roster. I do, and if she was on there, my apologies, my vision is shit. I do want to know where Brittany K is.
We working on that. We didn't have her
Okay.
on there yet, but we working on getting her for our last singles match.
Okay, perfect. Brittany K Stan over here. But yeah, I'm looking forward. I'm really looking forward to seeing what happens and attending a show.
Thank you, thank you. I look forward to having you guys. Make sure you hit me up on Facebook. I'll make sure I get you guys tickets because I love to have you guys in attendance. And I appreciate you guys taking the time out to sit down with me today and talk to me about, you know what I'm saying, our new promotion, Chicago Elite Pro Wrestling.
It's great. And like I said, I think Cactus really said it all. There's plenty of room in the city and the state and the Midwest for pro wrestling. Everybody's got a different shtick, from AAW to freelance to CSW to Rocket Pro, here, there, and everywhere. I mean, NWA is even now part of the hub in Chicago. So
Yes.
there's certainly a lot of talent out here, a lot of top shelf talent. And the more places the talent have to work, the better they get. Now, when you do your shows, is there going to be video, or is it going to be on YouTube? Are you taping it? You can have commentary. What's your plan for the production elements of it?
We are taping it. We will be releasing it on our YouTube. We do have live commentary. So like our show is a little bit different than most indie shows because our commentators are actually mic'd up live, so you get to hear the commentating.
Oh, so like when you're in the venue, you hear them over the house. Okay, that's tricky. I have tried that in the past. It's in some venues it works very well. Some I've been to it doesn't work as well. I've worked in a couple of venues where I've done it, and I feel like I've annoyed people because when I get into commentary, I'm a little bit over the top as far as presentation goes. That's just kind of my shtick. It's been that way for a long time. But like I said, it certainly does make the people in the building more part of what's going on. So that's a really cool aspect because not a lot of people do that anymore.
Yeah.
We tried that at NWA. It was an absolute disaster, but that's
Yeah.
another story for another time.
It all depends on the venue, the sound system. See, I graduated from Columbia College for audio engineering. So I have a history in marketing, promotion, event planning, event promotion. So me transitioning over to professional wrestling was just basically just a simple transition from doing major events and collabing with major brands like the NBA, Seagram's Gin and things like that. So it was just a little switch, but I'm pretty familiar with the aspects of sound management and making sure that we can get the best out of the situation, or if not, I'm also able to bring in my own sound.
That's really cool. Speaking from someone that got his education in a technical school, the Illinois Center for Broadcasting, there's a lot that goes into video production, video editing, sound, and all of that. It takes a small village to make one production work, as we came to find out in the early days. When it comes to that, do you have a crew? Are you doing it all yourself? I mean, I know at most of the places I work, there's a crew of people that kind of band together and get the sound and the audio and the video together. Or is that just your expertise? That's what you're going to do?
Well, I have a crew. I have assembled a team that will be taking care of that, overseen by me. But I do have a nice crew of people that I can trust to take care of that.
It's always good to have a crew that can get the job done so you can focus on other things.
And that's the main thing. Like even today, like I made a post, like we still adding people to the team. So we got a post up right now looking for different aspects of people to add to the team because like we know it takes a village and we here to do it together. We're not here trying to do it by ourselves and just say we the best. We here to to bring each other together to a company to get to where we all want to be.
Well, that's as good an answer to a question as there's ever been. Sounds like you're in this for the right reasons. Um, when March gets here, and it'll get here pretty quick, what
Yeah.
are your hopes? What do you hope this is going to do for you? What's your end game? Where do you want this to go?
Um, my hope is just, I mean, win, lose, or draw. Just my thing is just to have a successful event. Like win, lose, or draw. I know how things go. With this being my first promotion, I'm already planning for part 2 and 3, and willing to learn from mistakes on one to make 2 and 3 better. So with me, it's always a learning experience and being a student of the game. Like I watch and I study everything. Like I come to all different indie shows just to study. So when you see this face in the crowd, just know I'm here.
Well, that's the
I
thing. It's
will
hard to
be
see that
popping
face.
up.
It's hard to
I
see that
will
face.
be popping up.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Have you had any promoters that are out there right now doing it? Have you gotten any advice from them, or are you kind of doing this based on your own reconnaissance from the years you
Um,
spent?
I know I reached out to, I know I sent a lot of messages to a lot of promotions starting on, just letting them know like, hey, I appreciate the groundwork that you guys have paved. You know what I'm saying? We a new promotion. There's no competition here. I just want to show love to what you guys doing in the groundwork that you paved. I'm just real big on showing acknowledging the ones that came before us to help pave the way to even me being able to do this. So I'm big on just showing homage and giving that support because I noticed in the community it's not enough of that. It's too much of self. So with me, show love, get love, receive love, even if they don't accept it. Hey, I shown it.
That, hey, you know what? That's music to anybody's ears that's been in this business. Cooperation and community are words that sometimes get used but aren't understood. Sounds like you understand them pretty well. Let me ask you this before I let you go. Have you ever worked in the square? I mean, are you a former wrestler, present? I mean, are we going to see you in the ring? Are you going to be a advertised talent? Is that part of what you're doing and who you are?
No, I'm not. You will never see me in the ring as an advertised talent.
You're just the whiz.
But
You're
what about at the ring as non-advertised talent?
Now you might see that.
Okay. Thank
Cactus
you.
always with the
You
heart.
have to ask the right questions, Steve.
That's why you're here, Cactus. It's more than just because you're beautiful.
Thank you.
So yeah, you might see a little bit of that. You gotta wait and see. Upper Echelon 1, you gotta come and see.
Upper Echelon is coming in March. Take the people that are watching this and tell them why they need to be there for the debut. Knock it out of the park. Cut them the best promo you've ever done.
Well, the main reason you need to be there is because you get to witness the elite of the Midwest come to Chicago and compete to be crowned the elite. Upper Echelon 1 is an event that you definitely want to be at. It's definitely an all age event. So come out, enjoy, bring your kids, bring your family, and come out and enjoy.
Hey, you know what? We're gonna try to be there and help you be successful and support you because like I said, that's what this show is all about. We support and put over the good people that are working in this business in this area because these are our friends. This is our community, and it's our responsibility to make sure that everybody gets a fair shot to leave their mark in a positive way. So sounds like you're in it for the right reasons. That you never know with people. I've worked with some pretty shady people in the past, unfortunately. So when you get somebody that's new, you never know what's going on behind the mask, quote unquote, no pun intended. But it sounds like you're really in it for the right reasons, which I think is really a good step and a credit to what you're trying to do.
Yeah, I felt that was a real reason for me wanting to do a lot of media and do interviews so people can get to know behind the mask and what we actually here to do with Chicago Elite.
I'm going to give you one piece of advice. And if I can give you any of the benefit of my experience and wisdom in my 12 years of this business, find a way to uninvite Levi. Just get him out. Get him out. I'm kidding.
Definitely.
Levi doesn't watch this show anyway. But if he did, it'll make him feel good that we talked about him because he really likes that kind of stuff.
Shout out Levi, and I
Don't
want to
shout
thank
out to Levi. We don't need to talk to him. Lando
shout out to Levi.
Calrissian at the dollar stop.
Shout
That's who
out
he
to
is.
you guys for letting me be a part of your family with, you know what I'm saying, with what we're doing here. I appreciate you guys.
Well, we're not done with you. We're not done with you. Once Upper Echelon happens, we're going to want you back, and we're going
Oh
to.
yeah, I'm coming back.
We're going to want to talk to you about Upper Echelon too. So
Yeah,
this is
yeah.
hopefully the first visit of many successful visits down the road.
Definitely.
Brandon, I know you got things to do tonight, so we're not going to hold you up. We thank you for stopping by. We thank you for spreading your joy for Chicago Elite Pro Wrestling, and we'll look forward to March 22nd at Magoo's for Upper Echelon 1. Thank you so much for being a part of the Power Hour tonight.
Thank you for having me.
All right, this is Brandon Kendrix. He is the head man in charge, Chicago Elite Pro Wrestling, coming in March, and we will see you down the road, Brandon. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, Brandon's going to sign off. He's going to go about doing his mystical things, and we are going to talk about some other things tonight on this program. Unless you want to stay for a while, you're more than welcome to stay as long as you want.
I still got about 5 or 10 minutes. I can stay a little while longer.
All right, we'll have you stay a little longer. Did you happen to catch any of Chicago style wrestling? Have you heard about anything that went down out at Franklin Park? Don't start. I'm about to put the GM hat on. Don't start. Did you hear anything that happened?
Why not?
Why not?
I'm not the GM.
Of course I've seen what happened. Of course I know what's been going on in Chicago style wrestling. How can you let this happen on your watch?
This didn't. I mean, people are saying this happened on my watch. You know, when you have trust and you put together a roster like you've done, you put together a roster of people that you know work well together and that have history and that have camaraderie and you know, some of the best character people, and then all of a sudden your two best character people go into fucking business for themselves. That's not on me. No, shut up, Red. Shut up, Red. If you knew this was going to go down and you didn't tell me, that's not good.
If he knew that this was going down and he didn't tell you, that's...
Well, you know, I mean, the days of the soul touches have come and gone.
Because you are the GM.
You know what? I did take full responsibility. Of course, it did happen under my watch. But I never saw it coming, quite honestly. I have worked with Marche Rocket and Steve Boz my entire career, and I've considered them friends. I know their families really well. I have history with them in the most positive ways. And for them to do what they did to poor Miss Kate, of all people in this business, someone that is as good and respected as she has been in her career, is absolutely beneath contempt. Now, I don't believe Red really knew what happens, because you know, Red isn't really, he's a soul. He was a soul toucher, but they've kind of passed Red by. They don't really give Red the rub anymore like they did. I mean, you got Jazz and Marche running NWA. There's no Red there. There's a lot of things happening where they're kind of, Red, you know, we love you, but we don't really need you right now. So there's a lot of that going on. So I don't really think Red knew anything about it. I just think this kind of happened between Boz and Marche. And it sucks right now. The fans certainly weren't very happy about it. But in February,
I like the follow-up. I like what you guys got coming up. I like you bringing in the Rhino. That was great reinforcement there. I'm interested to see how that goes.
You know, when you have two asshats that have overstepped their bounds, there must be punishment. And if Marche's throwing around M80s to everybody and Boz is doing his superstar Steve Boz bullshit, then I think they both deserve a gore. So how do you punish the superheroes? You bring in the guy that can take them both down to size, and there's no better gore in this business than Rhino, ECW legend. So I'm sorry, Red. I know you're Marche's friend, but he's got a gore coming.
I hate to tell you, Marche has fought me, Rhino, many a times. Never came up on a losing end.
Well,
sorry,
I didn't say they're wrestling. I'm just saying that, you know, Marche might be standing out there cutting his promo, dropping his first F-bomb of his life because he thought it was impressive and he thought he was making a statement. And then Rhino's going to come up and gore the shit out of him. That's the plan. I'm not saying.
Do you really think so?
I do, Red, because this is not Steve, the GM from 2 years ago. This is a whole new game, Red.
Yeah, but let's be honest. Since we going there, when was the last time you've given Marche a title shot?
When I was GM, he had 3 title shots. I gave Marche more title shots than
But
any
let's
general
be honest,
manager in
okay,
history.
and every time you gave a title shot, how did it end?
He got beat a couple of times, and he
No,
got screwed a couple of times. I mean, there were many
no, he
situations.
got screwed every time.
Not every time. Go back and do
Every time he
homework.
got
Don't be a
screwed.
homer.
He
Come
got
on.
screwed.
And how many times have the Soul
Screwed.
Touchers screwed
And
everybody?
and let's be honest, how many times have you given Steve Boz a title opportunity?
They were the champions my entire general manager. I put my physical life on the line.
You gave him a tag. I mean, when it's Steve Boz,
He was the tag team champion for 3 years.
it's the tag. That means you're depending on somebody else. And then on top of it, he was with your enemy. I mean, shouldn't you have given them title shots more
Just got
often?
the job back a month ago.
Shouldn't you have premiered both of them the way they deserve?
It was a month.
I mean,
I'm
it's
still
Steve.
dealing with TJ
It's the living legend, Steve, the B to the O to the Z, and it's you have a NWA superstar, and what has been what? No, I mean national. I mean, when have you like put that out there? But you'll bring in these people from other places, and
do you remember that I was not general manager the entire year last year?
I'm talking about before.
Before they were getting
you weren't bringing people in, Steve.
Fox was the Metro champion for like half a year.
Again, Steve,
you are out of your mind. Know your history before you spew your bullshit.
I'm talking about the titles. The title.
You know what?
Not a Metro. Not a
Brandon, what you got for Red? You just agree with me. You know I'm right.
Yeah, Steve. I don't know.
Steve,
You
want
never
people
really
to agree with you
if
because
you didn't give the Legends the chance to be great. Sorry to tell them, but come to Chicago Elite.
Oh my God, that's all I need.
I mean, let's be honest. What happens if Steve Boz and Marche Rocket decide to leave Chicago style and take their fans with them?
You know what?
There's not packed crowds anymore. There's seats to be had at this point.
That is ridiculous. That is ridiculous. Steve.
You talk about knowing things, right?
I know a great many things.
Who was there the day it started?
Okay, so we're gonna go down, and this is what I find. This is what all of you Windy City guys do. It's all about what happened when the earth cooled and the dinosaurs were there. It's all about the.
So now you're publicly calling Steve Boz and Marche Rocket dinosaurs.
I'm calling them dinosaurs.
I'm saying.
You just said it. You just said it. See, that's the unappreciation that you and everybody else have given Marche and Steve, or the BOZ, all this time.
It's bullshit.
Steve,
I love you guys.
Are the
Brandon, thanks, man. I'll continue this argument. You can watch it tomorrow when it comes up. Brandon, Kendrix, everybody. Thank you, buddy. We'll catch you down the road.
You add.
Red, you're frozen. Cactus, are you still there?
I am still here.
Red, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
You froze for a second. Maybe
you froze earlier.
Well, there you go. There's a lot of freezing going on.
It's cold outside.
The entire time I was out of the general manager power, I got my balls busted by everybody that I wasn't giving opportunities to the young guys. So that's a lot of what happened last year. That was not of my doing. I said on commentary number of times that why isn't TJ Steele giving these people title shots? People have come to see Marche and Boz. Why is he ignoring them and putting them in scramble matches and stuff? This was my first official show of 2025. And I was told the BOZ was injured. That's the only reason that he was not on this particular card, because he's recovering from a tear in his shoulder. So he was not medically cleared. So for you to say I'm not booking or I'm not doing it right, he was not able to perform. I don't know. I was surprised he showed up there at the end. Nobody was more surprised to see the BOZ than me. He wasn't even scheduled to be in the building, but there he was. And as far as Marche goes, Marche has had title shot after title shot.
And he's constantly screwed out.
Or maybe he just can't get the job done anymore. You say tomato, I say tomato.
Oh, I think Missa hit her neck. I think her neck might say different.
That is
I think he got the job well done.
One of
and
the
a bunch of your rookies. We're gonna save Missa Kate. Okay.
That was again, that's that thug mentality that you soul touchers and all the old, it just seems like the entitlement from the veterans sometimes gets a little carried away. We're supposed to all be a family, all working together, and it's kumbaya until somebody's feelings get hurt. Somebody gets it. Oh, I'm not getting my shine. Come on, man. Really? In 2025, that's the kind of bullshit I have to deal with?
Yes.
No.
Okay.
I'll tell you what, Marche Rocket and Steve Boz, this message is for you. There will be consequences in February. They said, Steve, why didn't you name a special guest that night? Because my message wasn't to tell people Rhino were coming. My message was to tell them that I'm sorry this happened. I'm sorry your night was ruined, and they will pay for their crimes. Remember, TJ Steele is a perfect example of how I'm handling things these days. I am not going to let problems dwindle until they become bigger problems. Won't give me any pleasure to fire them. And I'm not going to fire them yet, but I do have plans for what's going to happen to them. Laugh it up all you want. I know you sitting in that soul toucher rocking chair going, I remember those days with Trauma and Willie and Marche should get. I know you're sitting in that wrestling rocking chair looking down upon all us peons. But believe you me.
But I do that?
Yes, you would do that and are doing that right now.
Did I do that like 2 weeks ago when we sat next to each other? No. I never sit in a high chair. I never.
Well, you're little. You probably should sit in a high chair. You're a small guy. But that's neither here nor there.
Oh, now we're coming with the short jokes. Oh,
no, I mean, not short.
He wonders why what happens.
Not short jokes, short stories. But that's, again, neither here nor there. I'm here to tell you with certainty that what happens next and what happens as the year goes on will not be believed. I am going to do things in things you've never seen me do, things you wouldn't expect that I could do. They took the cuffs off. I am no longer shackled to management. That was part of the deal of winning that election. I do what I want, when I want, how I want. And what I want right now is for Marche Rocket and Steve Boz to pay for what they did to Missa Kate. They took one of the best shows we've ever had. All the matches were electric. That 3 stages of hell match between Amina Belmont and Missa Kate was on fire. Wait till that comes on IWTV. Then you heard that Conan Lycan was sick and couldn't make the show. So
Yeah.
what I did is I went out and got Ares. And Ares and Gringo Loco tore shit up. When you see that match, you're going to hear the term 5-star because it was that damn good. People were blown away. The tag team match, Stallion and Cypher retained, but Valor and Grayson fought valiantly. FXB versus Quintero was electric. I have never seen FXB fight as hard as he did, and he gave Quintero the run for his money. The match between Reckless, Mackenzie, and Maggie Lee will be replayed over and oh, did you see that move that Heather Reckless hit off the top ropes when Maggie had Shaza in a reverse bridge?
Yes.
And was stretching her out. That's next level shit. I keep saying CSW is in throne mode. That's because we're the best of the best. We're the kings. That's throne mode. And that's not going to change because Marche and Boz are upset that they're not getting a title shot. Maybe they have to get out and earn it. If they want to face Lycan again, because we know it's happened before, they're going to have to get out there and do some shit. I don't want to hear that you deserve
Didn't they just do some shit?
Well, they did some shit, but it was the wrong shit at the wrong time.
It don't matter. You just said they had to do some shit. They did some shit.
Well, the shit that they did is not going to get them anything other than in trouble and hurt. I thought I had problems with the Hate Keepers. So, anywho, Chicago style wrestling will be back in February, and the heinous situation will be attended to. Did you see that Shaq Jordan made his debut at CSW?
I heard.
He was so spectacular that the ropes broke. Just ask Turtle.
Now, why do I have to ask Turtle?
Because Turtle was there. Turtle was in the Futures Royal with Shaq. And Shaq was the final man. He won the Royal, and then he got moved into the main card because he got into the scramble match that was won by Bruss, as you said. So much great stuff. So many great things happened, and then Boz and Marche had to fuck it all up. And then Marche dropping F-bombs. What's that about? That's not very all day, is it?
In my book, it is.
I don't know about that.
I drop F-bombs all day.
I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about him.
Clearly, I know Marche better than you do.
Do you? Do you? If you know him so well, how come you're not out there managing him? Maybe that would help.
I haven't been at CSW in how long, Steve?
Well,
yet with all the promises.
I'll tell you what. If Marche came up to, well, before what happened on Friday, if Marche would have come up and said, "Hey, I need Red to manage me," hell, you'd have gotten that call that next minute.
This is the same. Hey, girl. Hey, this is the same guy that said, "How long was I supposed to be? When was I supposed to be on commentary?" He despises Levi so much, but yet I'm never mind.
Red. If honestly, we're friends, and we've been friends a long time. If I find out that you knew about this and you didn't give me a heads up, I'm gonna be upset.
Why?
Because
why?
we're friends.
Again,
we're just talking about this in Rocket Pro.
If you find out again, but if I'm a friend, not only to you, but others, and I'm supposed to keep my mouth shut, aren't I still being a friend?
I don't know, man. I don't know. We do this weekly. We do commentary monthly. I think you see me a little bit more than you see Marche in a long time.
No.
Maybe I wasn't a soul toucher, but
and you keep just saying Marche and understand that we are the monsters that Boz created.
Well, you certainly have the uh you certainly have the Windy City mentality because that was clearly on display. I have watched it for 12 years. Windy City, if you have that moniker, you feel like you can come and just show up and do whatever the fuck you want. And that's what happened on Friday night. So it's certainly on brand, isn't it? Yeah, smile. It's great. It's good times. All right, I'm done with that for now, but it's not the last you'll hear from me. We will be talking about this as we get closer to February. We'll try to book some guests that will help us talk about this since Red has decided to cherry pick information here and not really talk about it. Um, let's talk about the Chicago Knockouts and the music video. Cactus, how did this happen? How did the Knockouts get in a music video?
So from what I understand, Boss is friends or knows the lead singer, and they put out a call for roller skaters, and Boss said, "Hey, I know a whole bunch." So we all, well, not all of us, but a huge group of us went up to Fleetwood Roller Rink in early December, and we put on our most punk rock Punisher like outfits, and we were in a music video.
That music video, I mean, that band sounds an awful lot like Maroon 5 to me, right? Did you get that vibe at all?
No, I didn't.
What vibe do you get when you listen to them?
That band Jungle,
Yeah.
like back on 74, you know?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's the vibe that I got. It's very white guy disco. So,
Well, I mean, that you just described Adam Levine to a T.
yeah, I don't know. I'm not I can vibe with a lot of like, white guy disco. Maroon 5 is just not it. Never been a fan. But moving on, we're not going to give it any more credence. No, it was it was a lot of fun, and to hear it played like in the rink was such a completely different feeling than watching it. Like it was cool either way, but to actually be skating to it and the acoustics was incredible.
All right, we're gonna play a little bit of excerpt. I'm gonna do this to the best of my ability.
You know how to share your screen,
I don't
Steven.
know how to do it.
You should be able to share your screen if you pull up YouTube on your yeah,
That's
if
a
you
pretty
pull
good look, right?
oh yeah, that looks pretty good. I was gonna say if you pull up YouTube on your laptop and hit share screen, you'd be
You'll
able
have
to
to
use
come
it.
over one of these nights we do this show and show me how that shit works.
Yeah, I'll help you get into the 21st century.
Thank you. There she was. Who's that girl? She hasn't a knockout.
And we know we met her that night. There I am again,
Here you were again.
being a bully. There's Euro
That's your
and
boss.
Mindy and
Oh, I saw Ricky. And there's
there's
Mindy.
There's Poppy. Um, so she's not a skater, and so the vibe when they told us that they wanted us to hit her, we were just like, no.
Oh, there goes boss. That's
Yeah,
typical boss shit.
yeah, we're like, they wanted us to like full on like come up and derby hit her, and we all just kind of stood around like, no, we're not gonna do that. So she's like, it's okay, I signed a waiver, and they're just like, no, you don't know what you're asking for, so we're not gonna do that.
Guitar solo.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun. We just skated around. We did some whips. We did some fake fights. We ate pizza. We bullied this poor girl mercilessly.
Oh, that's not right.
Did you
Oh
see?
man.
Did you see Joker?
Oh, there you go.
There it was again. Yeah,
Oh
there
my
was
god, he had a keyboard, a
yeah,
guitar.
he had a guitar.
That's not
got to
right.
take a photo with the guitar.
She's getting bold.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a good career move. I've been down that road myself. What the hell? Come on now. That's fake. Oh, look at that shoulder shiver.
Right. I'm supposed to believe that little girl.
Oh, there's no
just,
kidney punches.
just
What
pushed
the
you
fuck?
down.
I know, that's what I said. I was like, this isn't really believable.
Oh, it's a melee. I've seen that before.
Like, I
The
think it would
crazy
be-
part, they're fighting each other, and she's the one that pushed.
Yeah, I think it would be more believable if she was getting bullied and we saved her. Just some horrible stereotypes. Oh, watch me right here. I hit that guy.
You sure did.
Some horrible stereotypes about derby girls. We are not bullies, actually.
They are playing drums and skates. It's a
Yeah.
bad idea. They don't have the skills.
Yeah, there were some spills. They definitely they all played in skates, and it was concerning. It's like you really have these two didn't, but a couple of the guys in the back, the guy with the guitar had skates on, the drummer had skates on. We're just like,
Red, what'd you think?
Interesting.
Tell me you didn't get a Maroon 5 vibe.
Nah, I didn't.
Get the
no.
fuck. You're just disagreeing to disagree now. You know that was Adam Levine.
No, but I wish I knew I mean, I'm trying to figure out the story. Like, I got that they bullied her and then she just had a moment, but to see all of a sudden her just come up, I mean, and she just, I mean, God forbid I wouldn't want her to hit anybody, but because those knockouts are but outside of that, I mean, it was enjoyable. I mean, again, especially to see our own Cactus get a whole bunch of airtime, you know, that makes me happy.
I was excited. I'm actually in the screenshot on YouTube, like the picture that comes up when the video comes up. It's me chasing the band, which was exciting.
Okay.
But I liked it because I got to do a little bit of slapstick with it, like with the fall, like the big dramatic falls and stuff. I had fun with that. But it was definitely weird being a bully.
For who?
What?
For me. I'm not that mean.
Come on now.
Am I that mean?
You've tried to kill people.
Okay, that's fair.
When I saw that for the first time, I'm a big music aficionado, and I've watched many a music video in my life. And usually, the band and what's going on is the focal point. But it's like when the Knockouts were doing their knockout thing, you guys popped so good. That's like, I'm waiting for the next. What are you going to do next? And I think a lot of people that see this are going to be like, I want to see that more. And hopefully they'll want to come to the knockout shows and see it as it really is intended to be. I thought you all looked magnificent. It was so beautifully shot. It made you all look like stars. I mean, you're stars no matter what you do, but you looked like you were, actresses. I mean, you looked like you belonged there, which is not always easy when you perform under one guise and then you try to do something else that's a little bit off of what you normally do.
And we had like 2 hours to get this done.
I thought everybody, all the, the whole crew from Euro to Boss to Ricky to you. I mean, everybody looked perfect. I recognize so many, I recognize all of them because I've seen them all skate before, but there was just something special about the way they shot this and the way you looked. That picture that I sent you earlier, I mean, that is a fierce picture.
Oh yeah, I love that photo.
And I had to screenshot it from the video just because it's like it's a great group shot of you guys in your element, and I just thought it was so much fun, and I think it does really good things. It makes you look like you're really good at your job, which I think you have to be happy with that.
Oh yeah, no, I loved all of it. I loved that photo you sent. I I had a really good time shooting the video. I enjoyed watching the video back. It was a really good experience all around and great exposure for the knockouts.
Still a little timid with Discord. I don't do a lot on it. I see everything, but I don't really because I don't know where my boundary is. So I put little things in and I'll comment here and there, but I'm still a little intimidated by your Discord world. I'm still learning it.
I, for the most part, I got very overwhelmed with the notifications early on, so I've got most of them muted. So I'm in and out mostly around times when I know that something important's going on. Um, I think I just have like I get like stuff from like the chat and stuff because Discord is there's so because of how many threads there are. If you're a member of more than one Discord, it gets overwhelming fast. You're getting someone's posting in one Discord but people are posting in 5 different threads in each Discord, so you get notifications for every post and every thread. It's just,
Yeah, it's
let me
it's
mute
it's a,
that.
it's
Let
an
me mute
assault on
that.
the senses, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But it's good information, and you see things being shared and people coming to help other people. I really enjoy that community. You can tell that you all care about each other, which I think is the home run.
Yes, absolutely. That doesn't happen often.
Chicago Knockouts, famous music video superstars. And I have to believe that other bands are going to see this and be like, how can I get my ass kicked by a roller skater?
I mean, I hope so. I had a lot.
They're
I had a
video
lot of fun.
vixens now.
Yeah, you're video vixens now.
That's what I said that night. I'm like, wait, am I a video vixen
You
now?
totally are. Now that you need, you got the punk rock punishers and the horrific haunters. Now you need the video vixens.
Yeah,
And you guys need to wear all
I
that
am a
shit.
C-Red stamp of approval video vixen.
That's it. When C-Red gives your approval, it's guaranteed, except on his Marche Rocket thoughts. We don't care about anything he says there.
Whatever.
Mm-hmm. I don't know about that.
All right. We're gonna move on to the next topic. I want you to see this, Red.
Okay, and your point?
Just let it play, Red.
Is this about sports?
It'll
Yeah,
only be a moment.
Okay.
which really don't mean shit
I'm
because
going to the bathroom.
this season ain't even over with yet. Like, come on now.
And we're all aware of that. I know what this division's about. And this is exactly where we want to be.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
At
it
the
is,
bottom.
Red.
At the
Yeah,
bottom,
it is,
this
Red.
is where you want to be. At the bottom. See, he said it already. So,
Chicago Bears this week got their man, Ben Johnson. Welcome to Chicago. Red, the beginning of your end has started, and I
No,
can't wait.
it hasn't. Because first of all, y'all ain't did shit. Y'all still sitting on the couch.
Many people are sitting on the couch.
So, I mean,
The best
damn.
part about Ben Johnson is he was romanced by your goat, and he basically told your goat to fuck off. Yes.
It don't matter. He's still the GOAT.
The goat wanted him in Oakland or in Vegas, and he didn't go to Vegas. Even with the goat cleaning everything up to bring him and his GM in, still wasn't enough.
But first of all, you're acting like he's gonna run shit, and he's not. The McCaskies on the team. Understand that.
Red,
Don't get that through your. Here you go again.
you're hating for no reason.
Here you
Just
go
like
again.
you were for Marche.
Here you go again.
It's
like
your
you
Windy
did at
City
the
jealousy.
beginning of the season.
Jealous of everything.
When
You're
did you say
jealous
at the
you got your
beginning
ass
of the
kicked by
season?
me in fantasy. You're jealous about all of this.
How am I jealous? I'm not jealous. First of all, but let's be
It's
realistic.
not a good color on you, Red. Green is not a good color on you.
You were spewing. We've got Caleb Williams. He's taking us to the promised land. How'd that work out for you?
He didn't have the right coaches and the right scheme.
Oh, what the fuck ever. That's not what you said at the beginning of the season, is it? No, it's not.
Every year starts anew.
You were so fucking full of his bullshit. You picked him on your fantasy teams, and you've admitted it, and he fucked you over. So come on now.
I still won.
Don't
I still
act
won.
like he is the.
Hey,
did you win
great
with
coaches
Caleb?
recognize
Did you win
great
with Caleb?
coaching.
Did you win with Caleb? Yes or no?
I won some games with
No,
Caleb.
no. Did you win with Caleb?
Hey,
yes or no?
We win as a team. We're where we want to be, Red. We're where we want to be.
In last place.
We're where we want to be,
This
Red.
season isn't over and you're in last
What
place.
teams are we talking about right now?
Oh, we're just going through. See, Red is it's not C Red tonight, it's C Green. His jealousy and his envy are just going.
Why would
nuts
I
tonight.
be jealous? They haven't proven anything. Because here's the thing, you still have to try to keep people again. And guess what? I guarantee you, everybody that was there won't stay there. No.
So are we talking about the Bears?
We are talking
Yes,
about the
them
Bears.
sorry ass Bears.
Okay. And who's your favorite team, Red?
I don't have one.
Okay.
Because he's a bandwagon fan.
No. Tom
He just
Brady
jumps
alone.
from place to place.
Hey, I just like football. Hey,
Typical Windy City guy.
hey, why the fuck stay loyal to Chicago?
Why the fuck stay loyal to Chicago style wrestling? That's what Boz and Marche
Chicago has
said.
done nothing in the last 20 years at least to be proud of.
Thank you. But yet he sits there with a Chester Cheetah smile on his fucking face like they just won, like they're going to the Super Bowl in a couple of weeks. No, they're not. They're sitting their ass at home. They haven't done shit.
Yeah, I don't know anything about sports, but I know that much. Chicago
I mean,
has
God
been
forbid,
fumbling
God forbid, the man
for
has
years.
a massive fucking heart attack and dies over the summer. What are you going to do? Come on now. Like, really? They haven't done shit. Wait at least until the damn preseason starts.
Ben Johnson is going to deliver us to where we've wanted to be since
Back in last place?
Nope. Going to turn
The
it
only
around, Fred.
person who can help you is, and I'm probably
Jesus
going to say
Christ.
the wrong person,
Jesus Christ.
is Mike Ditka.
Unfortunately, DeCoach is a little bit too old and he's in hospice, so he won't be with us much longer. But
Yeah,
Ben Johnson
it's not the
is gonna
85
do-
Bears anymore.
is going to do what we need him to do. He is going to fix the things.
Well,
that
who is he?
former offensive coordinator of the Detroit Lions. He took a beleaguered offense with less weapons than the Bears have and made it flourish. He took Jared Goff from being a bust of a draft pick to having 3 of the best seasons of his career.
I don't know who that is.
That's okay. But
I need you to explain it to me in like pop culture terms.
Red will have you believe that this isn't significant. And he's wrong.
First of all, I did not say it's insignificant, but
He
don't
could have
act
gone
like I
anywhere.
won shit.
He came here. Your beloved Tom Brady talked to him on the sideline, had meeting after meeting, fired his general manager in Oakland, personally solicited Ben to come to Las Vegas.
Oh, I'm glad.
Ben said, "Fuck you, Tom. I'm going to Chicago."
He didn't say fuck you. He just probably went where the most money was.
Nope.
I mean, shit. Ain't that what you do?
He told that chicken shit pretty boy to fuck off and came to Chicago to create a culture
To
and
freeze his ass, and he's gonna freeze his ass off as soon as he realizes, and then like, damn, what did I do?
But there's some really good food here, though.
A lot of warmth in that building at Hallis Hall today. We already think we got a pretty good idea who he's going to name as his defensive coordinator, and Dennis Allen is one of the best. He's bringing the offensive line coach from Detroit. Things are looking up, Red. Plus, we have 3 of the top 45 draft picks.
First of all,
$80 million in cap space.
and the Bears have fucked up every year. You're acting. Look at your track record. Stop acting like you have done
it's like literally like it's not even like a joke anymore. It's literally just like a known fact that every Chicago team will do Like, even if they do well at the most critical moment, every time they will choke. It doesn't matter who's in charge of the team. It doesn't matter.
And it's what Steve is still forgetting is they still have to beat and be on top of a division right now with the Packers, Vikings, Lions.
Yep.
You have to outbeat all three of them, and that shit ain't gonna fucking happen.
Pretty sure it's going to happen, Red.
What is your time frame for this happening?
I would like to say that we will be very competitive in the playoffs by 2026.
By next year.
I think 2025, 2026 season, they will improve significantly. Maybe they eke their way into the playoffs as a wild card.
You not. You only had 4 wins.
Let's talk about those losses that were done by poor coaching.
No, let's talk about 4 wins.
5 wins.
I know Pee Wee teams that have more wins than that.
You remember when we beat the Packers the last week, right?
Did anybody give a fuck?
Packers,
only Chicago fans. Only
Packers
Chicago
gave
fans
a fuck.
act like, woo, we won the Super Bowl. Sit your asses down and watch the playoffs.
We almost beat Detroit twice. We beat the Packers. We almost beat them the other time. We almost beat the Vikings once, and then the Vikings whipped our ass once. So in our division that you're crowing all about, we're not as far away as you think, Red.
Yeah.
No, we're not.
Yeah.
Let's make a little wager, Red. Want to make a little wager?
$100.
$100. That's a big wager.
Because these are the Bears we're talking about. The Bears.
I even want to get in on this. I want to get in on this.
No. Add 95 more to it.
I want to get in on this.
Confident, 95. Because it's the Bears.
I got that $5 bill there, Red. And I'm going to put that in my desk.
That just shows how little faith you have deep down, Steve.
I have 2 graduations, 2 graduation parties. I'm moving, and my wife is battling cancer. So forgive me if I can't spend $100.
Everything other than your wife is excuses.
What now?
I said everything other than your wife is excuses.
No.
Where are you moving to?
Yeah.
I am moving. We're moving to it. We're buying a house. We rent now. We're buying.
Oh, in Homewood?
I'm not sure. We're looking at a couple of places. We might come out by you.
We're looking to move back towards Chicago before Hazel graduates 8th grade because we don't want her to go to the high school out here.
Gotcha.
So we may be passing like ships in the night.
That's okay. Hey, that happens sometimes. So I got a lot and graduations. I mean, I got one graduating law school, one graduating high school, and those college bills suck. So I don't have $100 to bet, Red, but I got $5 to bet.
Hazel luckily has a sure admission win with her epilepsy trauma.
Oh boy.
It's like she's gonna get something out of it. She might as well get college tuition out of that.
Yeah, hey, you got to get it any way you can. It's expensive as fuck. I'll tell you that for sure. So either you want the 5 or you don't, Red. Sounds to me like you're kind of scared.
I'm scared. I said 100.
All I have to work with is 5. So if you don't want it, you don't have to take it. I know you're scared of the Bears. They'll be on the hunt.
I have a question though.
Yeah.
Because actually Andrew was watching he's a Ravens fan, and we were watching the game on Sunday with our friends, Michael. And they were getting so intense about it. And when we were leaving, Michael and Andrew were trying to explain to me and Michael's wife Melanie, who's my best friend, why don't you understand why we get so invested in this? And I was like, I mean, you don't play the sport. Why do you get to, like, we get invested? They're like, but you get invested in a roller derby. You're like, because we play it. That's
Right.
like, what is it that makes you get so emotionally invested in the
I
teams
think
and in the games?
I think it's because we become football fans as children, and we play football in the park, and we play in junior high, we play in high school. Not many go on to achieve, superstardom in the NFL, but we've all played it. To say that you guys do, I mean, yes, you guys are roller derby stars. It's not a fair comparison. Everybody that loves football has played it at a level at some point that is fanatical about it. I'm sure Andrew played flag football or played in high school or
No,
played.
Andrew played football. I think he was varsity in high school, but he dislocated his shoulder, broke his shoulder, broke his arm, skateboarding.
At some point,
Because he thought he was going to be a skateboarder, and his bones said no.
yeah, Tony Hawkey is not.
Yeah.
There's just something about football that is ingrained in you as a young person. Now in Chicago, your hometown team is your Bears, and you got the Cubs and the White Sox in town, so the town is split. And you have the Bulls, with the exception of the Michael Jordan era, nobody really cares. You have the Blackhawks. When they were good, the town jumped on that bandwagon, but that's not going so well for anybody right now. And it's been a long time since they've won. It was a long time before that. So Red's right about Chicago. It's been the drizzling shits. But this town unites around the Bears. We haven't had much to unite about over the years, so I fully acknowledge that. But you're loyal to your team. At some point, Red lost that loyalty like he does. That's just, I guess I better watch my back, because I mean, loyalty is skin deep, I guess. He had to have been a Bear fan at some point, having grown up in Chicago, and then at some point he said fuck the Bears and moved on to Tom Brady land, which was what a lot of people did. It's a very easy way to feel good about yourself. But when
You're being so shady.
What now?
You're being so shady.
I'm just
Ain't he though?
when you're a fan, and you're a fan forever.
No.
Andrew lived in Baltimore.
No. So he's given his thought and understand. I've never been a Chicago Bears fan, ever, because I'm not a person that believes you have to be a fan of a team just because you were born in a certain city. I don't believe that. That is a bunch of bullshit. We live in America where you can. So therefore, again, I grew up in the 80s.
God bless America, Red.
A 49ers fan. In the 90s, I was a Bills fan.
Sure, because they were winning. Everything that is true to this point.
Now, understand, I also watch college football. So I became a Tom Brady fan in Michigan.
I don't believe that.
That's your prerogative.
I don't believe that at all. You didn't know who Tom Brady was till he took him to the playoffs.
I hate to tell you, sir, on my father's grave, I was a Tom Brady Michigan fan.
All right.
Who did he play for in Michigan?
No, he played for the college.
No, which college is what I mean?
Michigan, University of Michigan.
Is that the? You gotta narrow it down for me. Is that the blue and yellow one, or is that the blue one?
That's the the Wolverines. Yeah,
okay,
blue and yellow.
Thank you.
And again, so you have to understand my love for Michigan came from Juwan Howard, who I went to school with, that played basketball at Michigan. So there is that connection. Again, so at that point, I loved everything Michigan because Nuki went there. So because he went there, again.
So what I'm hearing is loyalty.
But Steve doesn't.
I'm hearing loyalty. I'm hearing loyalty on a deeper, more
because
communal level.
I don't bleed the blue and orange puke shit, you know. And again, I believe you like who you like. I mean,
Wasn't Juwan Howard part of that team that
it's
cheated?
it's simple. His band is gonna be different than that. But does that mean he's wrong and I'm right, or I'm wrong and he's right? No. You like who you like. But
Wasn't
Steve
Juwan
does
Howard part of that team that cheated?
no.
The Fab Five freshmen or whatever the fuck they were?
First of all, it was the Fab Five, and no, don't hate
He
Steve.
wasn't
Don't
part of
hate.
that?
They
Come on.
changed they changed all of
I believe that he
college
was.
basketball.
You love cheaters. I mean, that's very soul touches. That's very on brand for you.
Oh
Tom
my
Brady and
God.
his deflated balls and the Michigan Wolverines.
Steve,
You see
I'm
what I'm
going
saying?
to. He needed like a new title card. Like you are the new. You are like. I can't. Somebody uses this, so I did not originate this, but like you are the secretary of shade here.
I'm the Secretary of Shade.
Yeah, someone else originated that. It was not me, but that is like what just popped into my head. The secretary of shade, because man, do you find a way to dig in deep.
He's having Karen tendencies right now.
Yeah.
Karen tendencies. I see. Okay. I'm still a little fired up from the first part of the show when I was talking about your friend. But we'll move on. We'll move on here. Everything that Red said is wrong and comes from a place of
Oh
shame.
my God.
Everything I said is right, comes from a place of love.
Lord have mercy.
Right.
Somebody help this man.
Can I ask you a question? Have you been following the LIM lately and all that stuff that's going down?
No, because after the whole uh Pax wants to fight Jay Beck and all that,
Did you see that fight? You didn't
I'm
watch
glad.
the YouTube?
No, my eyes have better things to look at than Pax and again at this point he's still 3 weeks missing, stuck in the bathroom with a cat, and I'm starting to wonder about my grandson.
Yeah, if the cat's eating his eyeballs yet or not.
No, I didn't go that route. You could go that route, but then I'm wondering. Can I say that? This is our show, right?
Yeah, you can do whatever you want.
Have you ever seen Pax with a girl?
Yes,
I haven't.
I have.
So Pax and a cat.
Oh, no, you didn't go there.
I'm wondering again,
Oh.
why would you want to be
You
trapped
don't want
in
PETA
the
to get involved in
bathroom?
this.
Why would you want to be trapped in the bathroom with a cat?
I don't understand any of it. What I'm talking about is now I want to try to get this right, because if I don't get this right, Travis will go on JFW next week and let me have it like he always does. Although we did agree on social media today on the point that everything that's happening is PX's fault. I guess Tony Gabagool, or Joey Gabagool, as I call him on commentary, had some words for the Power Hour about not including the LIM on the JFW Freaknet Studios Crossing the Streams episode last week. So he had some issues and said some things about it. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, Red. PX is a part of the Power Hour, or was, and I give him invitations each and every week. Every week, PX gets the call letters. He was invited to do the show. He was unable to do it. You and Turtle, correct me if I'm wrong, aren't members of the LIM?
Yeah.
So how did I not include them?
Why you asking me?
I don't know. Gabagool seems to be pretty pissed about it. And I think PX is responsible for all of it. His band of miscreants have stepped out of line, and he is the LIM. So you have to blame him, just like everybody's trying to blame me for what Marche and Boz did. I have to take some accountability. I am in charge there, but I never saw it coming. So maybe PX never saw it coming, but here we are. Got to be accountable for your actions. So Pac-Man, Travis and I agree, all of the stuff, your fault. And if you want to come back on the Power Hour and explain yourself, You get the code every week, buddy. Log in, say hi, say hey girl, hey, and explain yourself. Because we all want to know. We all want to know what you did with a cat for 3 weeks. That is compelling. I also want to know about this girl Cactus saw you with. That's be compelling too.
Yeah, I'm more I'm more interested about that. You know?
Cactus, spill the tea. What do you know?
You asked if anyone's ever seen him with a girl, and I have seen him with a girl. So I said yes.
In a relationship type situation?
I don't know if they were in a relationship. They were sitting next to each other at Rocket Pro.
I mean,
they were talking.
I've sat next.
But was she a random girl or
no? She was with them.
It wasn't like a cousin.
I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry if I'm slandering your good name, Pax.
I'm just trying to wonder. I'm trying to figure it out.
Maybe you could log on next week and clear it up.
I don't think he wants to clear it up. I think he enjoys the publicity. Let's move along on to our final topic of the evening. This Saturday, well, it's our final topic unless you guys have other things you want to talk about. This is the last thing for me. Ground Zero Frontline Pro is happening this Saturday. It is the first show of 2025. It is the beginning of a very, very cool stretch for Frontline Pro. What they have done in this promotion over the last 3 months is categorically spectacular. There are billboards in the Marshfield area. There are radio spots all over Wisconsin. The promotion for what's going on is absolutely better than any I've ever seen. So kudos to ownership of Frontline Pro and Bakerville, because what they are doing to promote this promotion is really next level stuff. And Ground Zero is going to be absolutely just chaotic. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be high octane. The matches are the headline match, for example, Joey Avalon taking on Mustafa Ali. Red, that could be a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday night show, right?
I agree.
You got Mustafa Ali, who is considered the greatest indie wrestler right now. And then you've got Joey Avalon, who is probably the biggest grinder. How do you see that match going?
First of all, I hate that you used indie wrestler. Once Lee, and this was just my
He's
opinion,
a free agent.
made the break. That is way better because some people after they leave the big machine, they go off and they try to keep their careers going, and they don't. And here's somebody that left and traveled and even became the X Division champion for TNA. So plus, that's my boy. So I'm not gonna go against Ali, even though, Avalon, shaved his head and uh more grimy, and I think he's more focused now more than ever. Uh, there is a size differential. But I mean, I've known Ali for years, and one thing I know, he's got way more tricks up his sleeve. So I see Ali, of course.
Cactus, what do you think? Ali, Avalon, who do you like?
I like Avalon, but I think it's gonna be Ali.
I disagree with both of you. I think Avalon is going to beat the brakes off that boy. That is a bad matchup.
I didn't say he wasn't going to.
That is a bad matchup for Ali. Plus, Avalon is one of the best in the business right now. And Ali would have to level up to get to Avalon's level.
But can you say that when Ali's been on TV?
That's
Ali's
okay.
won
But what has he? Well, but
what has he done lately, Red? Nothing.
But
what have you done lately, Steve?
Nothing. That's why I'm here.
Thank you.
That's why I'm here on Zoom.
But you're the great GM.
Well, I was a great GM, and then I lost my job, and now I'm back.
I mean, so you're negating everything Ali has ever done.
Absolutely not. I'm not negating
But
it.
you
He's
just
one of the best
did
I've
it
ever seen.
because you're saying that Avalon is going to beat the brakes off of him.
Yep.
But again, this is a man that has beaten some of the best
Absolutely.
in the business, yet you're discarding him like
I'm not discarding him at all.
He's just some guy that
Nope. That's not what I said at all. In this match, it's a bad matchup for Ali. It's not a good matchup. I think so.
Okay, because he's bigger than him. Again, you don't think that he's fought bigger?
He has. I no question. Avalon's a different kind of cat, man.
And Ali's totally different also.
We'll see. Avalon's going to beat the brakes off him.
Okay, now when you're sitting there Saturday and you're like, damn, Red was right again.
I won't be saying Red was right.
Yeah, you will.
I can guarantee you.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, you'll see.
There's not much you've said tonight that I would say you're right. So we'll move on to the next one. Another match that's happening at this great debut. You want to talk about a match that is going to be just you don't know what to expect when these two guys get in the same ring. I've wanted to see this match for a while, and now I get to call it. Warhorse, the Commissar, Jake Parnell, taking on Sexy Violence, Quinn Whittick. What about that match? Is that going to stop traffic or what? Let's go to Cactus. Cactus, what do you think? Sexy Violence, Quinn Whittick taking on the Warhorse.
It's going to be Quinn Whittick.
It very well might be. Red, what do you think?
I mean, be serious.
Red's thinking. Red's going to say Marche Rocket. Marche is going to win that match, right?
Yeah. We're coming in and eliminate everybody. Fuck it.
The BOZ is going to come up and win it, maybe? A late entry with a hurt.
Never know.
That hurt to me on Friday, but that's neither here nor there. Come on. You
notice, Rachel, how he keeps coming back to his hurt little feelings from Friday.
He's being shady. He's
shady
being
secretary. That's me.
Shady little bitch.
He's got Karen
called you a little bitch?
Yeah, you're being a shady little bitch.
Wow, that's not right.
I said that with love.
I'm going to be back in March. You better not say stuff like that.
Or what?
Well, I'm just saying.
Or what? You're going to call me a little bitch on commentary?
What you going to do? What you going to do, Steve?
Hey, I'm not
agree that I'm a little bitch.
Hey, the last time I was at the Knockouts, I got attacked. So I'm not coming back the same guy.
Okay.
I got my eyes on all of you.
Okay.
So what that mean? You go get your ass beat even more?
Maybe I'll beat somebody's ass. You don't know.
I put $5 that you won't.
If Cactus is feeling froggy, then jump.
Oh shit! I got 5 on Cactus.
Yeah, Steve. Be careful what you wish for.
Just saying.
He keep forgetting that Rihanna taught him that shit. Be careful what you wish for. You might just get it.
Mm-hmm. There's always a catch, Steven.
I know there's always a catch.
There's always a catch.
And that's Rion's thing. Though Rion's not here tonight, I have been saying this since the beginning of the year. I will die on that hill.
So will I. Moving on.
Red, what about Quinn and Warhorse?
Give me Quinn. But you watched Hamburger Hill, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people died on that hill.
It's all right. We all got to die sometime, Red.
Okay.
I am going with Warhorse, Jake Parnell, because right now he is very difficult to beat, whether he gets help from others or does it himself. Quinn Whittick could have that moment where he gets a shot, and that would be lovely. But something tells me after the match he had with Sierra, it's very hard to not pick Warhorse, even though I love Quinn so much. Next match on this docket is for the championship. You have got Josh Price, the big guy, the wrecker, Meat Sauce, taking on
Kid Latz.
That's Kid Latz. That's right.
Sometimes partner.
That's right. Kid Lat and the big guy. They have a song on iTunes. taking on Justin Fowler, all steel. Red, you know all steel pretty well.
Yeah,
What say
but
you about this matchup?
but I don't see uh I don't see the champ letting go of that title anytime soon. I when he won it, I think it was almost it was like just he finally achieved, even though some would say it's in controversial fashion with lack, um, but he dethroned the creator, um, and I think he feels like now he has something to prove being on top of the mountain. And I think, he's going to fight tooth and nail to keep said title. So uh
You're picking the
Fowler's Fowler's good, but Champ is better.
pretty good take, Red. I like what your head's at there for the first time tonight. Cactus, what say you?
I have to go with Kid Lat's friend.
Because you love Kid Lad. He's like a son to you.
Yes, he's like a son. I would have been a very young mother, but yes.
You would have been a very young
I
mother.
would have been a very young mother.
That's for sure. I feel like the meat sauce era is not coming to an end right now. As much as I think Fowler is an outstanding performer, I just don't know how he beats the champion. When Wrecker won that champion over the creator, he reestablished himself and got the belt back that he never lost. So his story is still being told, and I look for the Wrecker to win. The tag team match, however, we are going to have new champs because the Rapture, Aaron Xavier, Chris Merrick taking on Tag Team Move featuring Swoggle. I'm here to tell you, I am so ready for Tag Team Move to whip the candy asses of the Rapture and take those belts off of them that I can't stand it because that will be the end of the Rapture. They will have nothing and they are nothing. So this is going to be a very, very fun, very, very great match for me. Tag Team Move all day over those two idiots. What about you, Cactus?
Repeat all of that for me.
So you've got Tag Team Move, which is one half Swoggle, and I can't remember the name of the guy that's his partner. I'll look that up for you. But he's a big dude. He's a strong dude. Taking on Aaron Xavier, who you know, and Chris Merrick, who used to be Ragnar the Ruthless, and now that he's bleached his hair, he's turned into a stone cold bitch.
Oh yeah, Stone Cold Bitch.
You're taking the stone cold bitch?
Yeah, Stone Cold Bitch is gonna
You're
win.
going for the Rapture?
Mm-hmm.
Cactus, I don't know about this.
You don't? Why?
I don't like that take.
You don't like it?
No,
Why?
because I don't like the Rapture.
I mean, I don't necessarily like them either, but I know when the writing's on the wall.
That's fair. That's fair
Yeah.
point. What about you, Red?
I'm going with the Rapture.
God, you guys, this is terrible. And that's coming from the Secretary of Shade. This is terrible. Tag Team
Sorry.
Move is going to win that match.
Would it be not terrible if we both agreed with you?
It would be not terrible if you agreed with me. Yes,
But then how would we entertain the people listening to us
that's fair.
if
That's
we all
fair.
just agreed?
You're right. Okay, I'll give you that. Triple threat match for the Bakerville Championship. Newly crowned champion Jared Jacks taking on Grand Slam champion, a man that has won every title except this one, I believe, Coda Jacobs, who is an institution at Frontline Pro. And then he's taking on your nephew, your son, your grandson, the generational treasure, Shaq Jordan. Triple threat match for the title. Who wins?
Shaq Jordan.
Cactus coming right out the gate with Shaq. You love Shaq.
I do.
He's one of your favorite people.
He is. I am a Shaq Jordan. Like I said earlier, when I said I have a Brittany Kaysen, I am a Shaq Jordan stan. Like in this house, it's Shaq Jordan. And if he doesn't win, I will go all the way up to Marshfield and I will riot by myself.
Cactus riots if Shaq doesn't win. What about you, Rhett? Are you going to riot?
No, because the champ is going to retain. When I met him, there was a aura about him. Um, like he's on his grind. You know, he's in that zone. So when he won that title, like right now, I feel like if he was here, he would say somebody's gonna have to pry it from his dead cold hands. Like he's not giving up that title. So two champs at least at this point retain. Well, all three titles at this point are retained.
All right, so Cactus picks Shaq, Red picks Jared Jacks. I'm going with Coda Jacobs. It's not a popular opinion, but Coda has been gone a minute, and he is one of those guys that when he gets something in his mind, he is just undeniable. And for him to get this title would make him the first ever wrestler at Frontline to hold every title. And I think there's something about that. There's a motivation for Coda Jacobs that I think he is going to he's going to have a different mindset about him, which I'm very excited to see. I hope it goes very well. But that's who I think. That's who I think. Let me get this here. Let me get this information because I don't want to screw it up. No, it's not there. Damn it. I'll get it. For the tag team move. I want to know who his partner is. But let's get back to the card. All the Way with Disco Ray has a special guest that he's not telling anybody. Who do you think his guest is? I at this point have no clue.
Is it the creator?
That's the same person I thought of. That's the same person I was thinking.
The creator seems narcissistic enough.
I mean, you might be right. I never really thought of that. I thought it was going to be Rob Van Dam because he's getting ready to make an appearance, and I thought maybe he was going to surprise the fans. And then I thought maybe it was Mr. Anderson because he's upcoming too. So I guess it could be anybody, but it could be the creator. I mean, that would make sense. The creator finally gets a chance to talk. Maybe it'll be Verona Manti, the daughter of the creator. Maybe she gets to make her take.
I think because think about it, he was on here and he had a lot to say with us. And I think the simple fact is he still has a lot to get off his chest when it comes to the rapture. And honestly, I see it this time being, if this happens, there's more people in the locker room than it is the rapture. And I see the locker room emptying out, especially if they put their hands on his daughter. I see it just being total chaos. So I think the interview starts out nice and innocent, but it pretty much ends in a almost bloodbath because if Ben gets his hands on anybody, especially Xavier, it's over. So,
well, these are all very good ideas, and you guys might be on the right page there. That's a really good take, and it would make sense with what's going on. So I love where your heads are at there. The beginning of the Liberty Bell division starts this Saturday. The women's era enters Frontline Pro. Sierra will no longer be by herself. Later on in the year, there's going to be a show called Liberty Bells, in which it will be an all-woman show, all females, no men. It's all for the ladies to crown a Liberty Bell champion or some such thing. And the road to Liberty Bells starts Saturday with Sierra taking on Rory Shield. Rory Shield, huge in the upper Midwest. And obviously, we all know who Sierra is very well. Red, who wins this match, Rory Shield or the mighty Sierra?
I ain't heard of no chick named Shield, and Sierra is a beast. So Sierra.
Cactus?
Sierra.
Annie, my commentary partner at Frontline, broke this news about the Liberty division, and she is going to be heavily involved with it. When she came to Frontline Pro, it was a real game changer for us, not only on commentary, but just in the spirit of what's going on. And she said really impressive things because she works at many promotions across the Midwest, Michigan, Ohio, all those places in between. And she said Rory Shield presents a very difficult opponent for Sierra. But in this case, I find Sierra to be one of the best wrestlers I've ever seen. So I think Sierra wins this match as we kick off the Liberty Bell era at Frontline Pro. Very exciting stuff.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say Sierra has wrestled and beaten Creature, so I'm not concerned about anybody else here.
She is incredibly tough and phenomenally gifted. In a fatal four-way match, we have got Thomas versus Atlas versus Lee versus Rivera. That's a lot of beef in that ring. Here's my take. Ritas Atlas wins. Rockin' Rivera ends up going to the hospital because he's terrible.
Wow, tell us how you really feel.
That's my take. I hope Rockin' Rivera is not the guest on all the way with Disco Ray. I certainly hope Rockin' Rivera, is not coming to Chicago Elite Pro Wrestling because that would be bad for everybody. That would be a worse signing than Levi. But that's neither here nor there. So I'm picking Ritas Atlas. What say you, Rhett?
Nothing can be worse than picking Levi. And I'm going to go the opposite. Because I'm not sure about all the other people. So I'm going to go with Rivera.
You're picking Rivera? Come on, Red. Do we have to disagree on everything tonight?
We haven't. So, nah.
Cactus, what say you?
I'm gonna agree with you.
With me or with Red?
With you.
Oh, yay! Team Steve Cactus. Yay for us.
Yay.
And finally, Sam Eli continues his very successful tour of the Midwest. CSW, NWA, Rocket Pro Wrestling. He is everywhere. He's he's everywhere. And he's taking on a man they call the Agent of Chaos. I guess I didn't get the copyright in quick enough.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I thought that was us.
Me too. But yeah, I got branded. This is Kevin Calloway. Kevin Calloway is a bruiser. He is a machine that has built a reputation across the Midwest. Sam Eli is still pretty new, but he's very popular, very gifted. I don't know who to pick in this match. I mean, Calloway is dastardly and underhanded, but Sam Eli is on a roll. I think I'm going to go with Sam Eli. Cactus?
I'm also gonna go with Sam Eli.
Red?
Eli.
All right, so we got 3 for Eli. Ground Zero happens at the Wausau Elks Lodge. It's not in Marshfield this time. It's about 30 minutes south of Marshfield. So a little shorter drive this Saturday. But Ground Zero sets off a series of events for Frontline Pro that is going to be absolutely magical. Between the two brands, there are 26 shows for Frontline Pro this calendar year. I'm in the Bakerville brand, so I will be there for half of them, and I'll be there for Liberty Bell. It's going to be an outstanding year. It kicks off Saturday. Get those tickets, make the drive. It's well worth it. And, it's a fun time, and there's fun people there. And Swoggle is one of the coolest dudes you'll ever meet. So come out to Frontline Pro, check it out. It's going to be great. That's all I have for tonight. Anybody else got anything else?
I have one quick thing.
Yes.
February 8th. If you are not busy, come out to Thornton Distilling. That is, I believe, in Thornton, Illinois.
Yes, it is.
And check out the St. Valentine's Day Massacre Market. It's being put on by the Crawl Space, which is some people that are associated with Knockouts. They do vending at our shows, Moonlight Bean, and Crawl Space Chicago, I think, is the official name. uh, for Lisa. And they are putting on this event. There's going to be vendors, there's going to be vintage, there's going to be crafts. There's going to be opportunities to do the ghost tour of the distillery. And you could get spanked by Dina Discipline with a paddle. That's all I'm
Whoa.
saying. Because we are still raising funds to send our skaters to RollerCon in Las Vegas in July. So come out, get something for your Valentine or get something for yourself if you don't have a Valentine. Get spanked, donate money. Thank you.
Red, this kind of has you written all over it.
No. Not getting me in trouble.
Next week, you're going to get in trouble. You do that just fine by yourself. Also, this Saturday, for those of you that aren't attending wrestling shows elsewhere, it's the big movie premiere at Hollywood Boulevard for Rocket Pro Wrestling Resolution. So go out there, buy a ticket. I think they're $7 or $8 or something like that.
Right
And
now, if you use the link, it's $7. Otherwise, you're going to have to pay full price.
so you get a deal now. I'm telling you what, I didn't know how it was going to be when I went there the last time, but it really does feel like a red carpet event. I mean, there's a red carpet, there are interviews, it's full spectacle. Rocket Pro Wrestling does it unlike anybody else. And then watching this event on the big screen and hearing myself scream and read a joke for 3 hours is a little unsettling at times, but fun nonetheless. Wait till they hear my Roxy Hart bag of tricks comment.
Oh, it's going to be interesting.
It's going to be interesting. So go there if you're not already occupied. It's a fun time, I promise you. Next week on this show, I'm not going to tell you who our guest is. It's going to be a surprise. We're getting pretty close to Rocket Pro Wrestling Cupid Carnage. So let's just say what's going to happen next week is going to be reflective of what happens at that show. So don't miss the Power Hour next week. Want to thank Brandon from Chicago Elite Pro Wrestling. Fun to talk to a new guy in the industry starting a promotion. We look forward to his show in March. Thanks to Red. Thanks to Cactus. It's been a pleasure. This is the Power Hour. And we bid you a fond farewell this evening. Good night and have a pleasant tomorrow.